show. Very excited to talk about your product. If you can, I was just going through the website, a wireless planar magnetic gaming headset. So can you give us some more information about this, please?
Sure. AUDEZE is a company in Orange County. We have a factory here in Orange County, and we make most of our headphones here. Am I loud enough? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So a typical, unlike most companies, we make our own speakers from the ground up. We make our own thin film. We etch it and make the speakers, and our speakers typically look like this. So these are highly accurate speakers, and we started off making planar speakers for mixing and mastering engineers initially. So 2 years ago, we started making our first gaming headset, which was called Mobius, with our head tracking and other technologies. Last couple of months back, we introduced our planar headphones for both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So these are wireless headsets. Obviously, with consoles, everybody wants wireless headsets. So this is the Xbox version of it, and the PlayStation version looks similar. These are super accurate. They use both Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz, so you can switch back and forth if you want, or even mix the audio. For example, if you're playing a game but you want to chat with somebody on Discord, you can just enable that on Bluetooth. And the other important thing that we worked on to really get it right is the microphones. So we partnered with Shure, and Shure helped us design the microphones for these. Yeah. So this is a broadcast quality capsule we put in, and so probably the best sounding headset for consoles in the market.
That's awesome. So Rojas has a PlayStation 5. I have an Xbox Series X. And we love Shure because we're both using Shure microphones. That's what we're using. So I think it's awesome that you guys are building things from the ground up. I have actually a very close family member of mine that has his own subwoofer factory, and he makes everything from the ground up. So I've seen that process. It's a really cool ability to create everything from the ground up. What would you say really sets your product apart? Now, I haven't really heard of a headset being able to kind of do dual input like that. So if could I be inputting a phone call as well as listening to my game with the same headphone as well?
Yeah. So there is a small mixer in there. And for example, there's a couple of other headsets that have started doing it as well. So you can have a dongle connected to your PlayStation. So for 2.4 gigahertz, low latency wireless, but not just even a phone call. Let's assume that you have to chat with your friends on Discord. Yeah. So you're playing on your Switch, you want to chat on Discord, you could just pipe in the Discord chat through your Android phone or iPhone. Mm-hmm. So you can continue chatting and playing the game. You can hear both audio at the same time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's cool that you said you're in Orange County, because I'm originally from Orange County, Santa Ana, Irvine area.
Yeah, our factory is in Santa Ana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so just behind on Harbor and 405. We think we probably are the biggest headphone manufacturer in the US because hardly anything gets made here.
Yeah, hardly anything. Yeah, that's for sure. I was actually born and raised off of Warner and Raitt, right down the street off of Warner and Bristol. Yeah. Like right now I'm in San Bernardino, so I'm only about 45 minutes away. So that's super, super nice. Now, what is the battery life with these headsets?
It depends. With the 84 dB output, we get about 15 hours of battery. But if you add Bluetooth and 2.4, it might reduce it a little bit. If you're just doing analog, it probably will get you a little bit more. So nice. Around 15 hours of battery.
And it's an entire ear cup, right?
It's a full over-ear headphone.
Nice. Yeah.
And USB-C, analog audio, and wireless and Bluetooth.
Cool. Does the mute go in and out off the button, or is the mute? Can you mute off of the How is it that you can mute off of the headset?
Just a button.
Okay.
Yeah, and you also have an app on Android and Windows. So most of the controls are also available on the Android headset. So think of it as like you can just take your app and then control the headset as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's a easier way of controlling things with, especially if you have it on the console and you don't want to change. For example, if you want to change the chat game mix on your Xbox, you can just use the app to control it also.
How long has AUDEZE been around?
So we started off in 2009. So it was mostly a hobby at that time. It was started off as a hobby, and then we slowly, in 2013, we started our factory. We started our factory, and we have been making headphones ever since. Yeah.
Because I've seen that you guys have some really audiophile style headphones. Did you guys use some of your other headphone designs to implement into your gaming headphones as well? What did that process look like when you were creating? Looks like a different market for headphones, right?
Yeah. So our initially we started off as an audiophile company and pro audio. So from the very beginning, both professional musicians and sound engineers have been using it. In 2013, we started our factory here, and slowly we have been automating it. So the things that we used to do by hand to make these speakers, like thin film, casting the film, or even etching it, we have now started automating it. So we can now make a speaker every 18 seconds.
Wow.
So that allowed us to go in and go to a more expand our user base and create more affordable headsets. So one of the things that really helped us was word of mouth in the initial days, because one sound engineer would listen to it and say, hey, this looks like my studio sound, and introduce us. So we thought also gaming would be something where we can have our own, high quality sound that we can bring the same thing. So the drivers that we make are essentially the same. We have so we make the drivers, and for the gaming headsets, the only difference is we make the speakers here and assemble. The final assembly with the electronics is done in China. For our audiophile and pro audio headsets, everything gets done here.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that. That was some really good information there. We'll be sure to leave the website below. So the way to get in contact with you guys is AUDEZE, AUDEZE.com, right?
Yeah, AUDEZE.com, and you can find us. And if you guys are in local, since you are in San Bernardino, if you ever want to come by and visit, you're always welcome. So.
Oh, definitely. I would love to take a tour.
You'll never get rid of him.
You'll never get rid of me.
Definitely, yeah. Come by one day. So.
Awesome, thank you. I did fill out the request, so we'll get in contact, and then maybe we could schedule something.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.